Hey everybody, this is John from Fear No Evil, and I'm back with another Quickcast here. And today I'm going to be talking about what I like to refer to as the fortune cookie god or the magic 8 ball god. And what I'm talking about here is sometimes people, Christians, have a tendency to have a choice in front of them, and they look to God and go, God, what should I do? And while there's not, anything wrong with that per se, I want us to talk about it a little bit today and find out if we're really applying our faith in the right way when we come to situations like that. So like when I was a kid, I loved fortune cookies. I thought they were really cool. Never liked the taste of them. I don't know if anybody really does. But used to love like popping those open and seeing the wisdom that it would bring. And I remember this is before I was a Christian and before I really knew anything about faith. And I remember the funniest one I ever got was I opened this fortune cookie once, and I think I was in my late teens, early 20s, and it was this like weird, like snarky fortune cookie, and it just said you will receive a fortune, and then it had in parentheses afterward cookie, and I thought that was pretty funny. And then I had this other one that I remember reading. He who gambles picks his own pocket. And I thought that was really hilarious because then on the back of the fortune, it had lottery numbers because the people who make the fortune cookies want you to believe that they can help you win the lottery. So obviously these things are just trivial. Magic 8 ball, same thing. I think so many people in America had one when they were a kid. This thing looks like an 8 ball, has this little window in it, and you ask it a question, and you shake it, and you hope it gives you the answer that you already want to hear. And you just shake it until it does. You're like, hey, am I gonna win the lottery? And you shake no, signs point to no, and then finally you shake it, and maybe. All right, there we go. That's good enough. And I think sometimes we treat God that way because we forget who God is. We have this choice in front of us, and it's a difficult choice to make because there aren't many differences between the choice. And then we just like, hey, God, what do I do? And I think that it's okay to ask God what to do, but I think you need a good reason. And let me explain. So let's say you're going to buy a car, and you have two options in front of you. You have, okay, I'm going to buy a car A or car B. And you're agonizing over the choice. You don't know which way to go. And you're like praying about it. You're like, God, which car should I buy? And you believe maybe God has some information that you don't about what these cars are going to be, which he does. He knows everything, right? He knows everything that's going to happen. But you think he's withholding information from you about like, well, one of these cars will lead to ultimate happiness because it will never cause you any problems. And this other one is a lemon, and you're going to be spending a ton of money on that car. But here's the issue. If you're praying to God, which car should you get? What you're probably wanting him to do is reveal which one would be the easiest one, the most beneficial one for you. But that's not something that I think God readily answers prayers about. I think God answers prayers about what to do in order to give him glory. And what might be happening when you are getting ready to buy that car and when you are getting ready to pray to him about it is he might be wanting you to go through a situation with a horrible, terrible car that breaks down on you all the time and costs you a ton of money so that you can learn to lean on him about your real problems and not your fake problems like which car should you buy. And so he might get the glory from that because then later you'll hit your knees and say, oh, God helped me so much by giving me this terrible car to teach me I didn't need to lean on a car to be happy or at peace. I needed to lean on him to be at peace. And so I think when we have an A or B situation and they look similar, I think the best thing for you to do is to praise God for having two viable choices in front of you. Because I think that if you're asking A or B and they look so similar, sometimes you might just be passing the buck. You might just be wanting him to make a choice so that if it goes wrong, you can blame him for it. And then the sad thing is, a lot of times when the choice seems to go wrong, what's really happening is you're being put through a trial that he has designed for you to make you better and to build your faith and to increase your relationship with him. So how tragic would it be to be upset with him about that choice you asked him to make for you? So I think that if you want to ask God that question, don't just say, what would be best for me? Say, God, what would bring you the most glory? and then see if he answers you. And if you don't get a clear answer, then it probably doesn't matter. But if you do, be prepared to accept the answer that you get, because remember, you asked for it. So thanks a lot for listening, guys, and I hope this helps, and I hope to talk to you again soon. God bless.